Sitting here in front of me, can you tell if this is a real Piper J3 Cub? It's hard to tell unless you know what you're looking at. And it's hard not to smile when you have a cool airplane like this sitting in front of you. The Piper J3 Cub represented the essence of simple flying. There was no distractions, no excessive gadgetry, just seat of your pants, stick and rudder flying. But what if you wanted the Cub experience without the complexity or certification requirements of owning an original? That's where this question brings us. This is called a Wag Aero Cubby. Today we're going to discuss how you can have that iconic J3 experience with something so close that only a seasoned owner could tell the difference. That's right, we're going to look at how close the Cubby is and how close it really gets to an original J3 Cub, both visually, structurally, and philosophically. So what is the attraction of a J3 and why does that matter? The J3 Cub is not famous for its speed, its power, but it was famous because it taught many people how to fly. Thousands of pilots took their first solo in an airplane very similar to this. The Cub became the gateway to aviation and the symbol of the freedom to the sky. What makes it special is how little there is between the pilot and the air. You feel everything. You listen and hear everything. You smell everything and you anticipate the next move. That feeling is exactly what the Cub did for people. The Cub inspired airplanes like the Cubby, and the Cubby is trying to capture that. Wag Aero Cubby is not a certified aircraft. It is an experimental aircraft. It is also not a one-to-one clone of the J3. It is a Cub-inspired, plans-built airplane designed to be affordable and approachable. Most Cubbies are built as experimental aircraft, as you can see on the door on this one. Depending on the configuration, some met light sport requirements. This immediately changes the ownership experience. You're not preserving history, you are creating something with your own hands. For many builders, that was the entire appeal. Visually comparing the two, at first glance, the Cubby looks right. It's got the high wing, the tandem seating, and the fabric covering on the wings and the fuselage. The proportions immediately stand out and say Cub. But standing next to a real J3, you would see the differences and they would start to show. The fuselage structure on a J3 follows the certified geometry. However, the Cubby simplifies some of that, and you can tell by the lines, it made it easier to build and easier to maintain. The wing fittings, the control runs, and hardware follow the same ideas, but they aren't executed exactly the same. From across the ramp, most people would never know. Up close, an experienced Cub owner would see it right away. Neither approach is wrong. They are simply aimed at different goals. Let's take the cockpit, for instance. Inside the cockpit of an original J3, the philosophy was simple, not very many gauges. You might have had an airspeed indicator or a VSI, a vertical speed indicator, a whiskey compass, and an altimeter. Inside this cockpit, you can tell that there's some additional gauges. And when the J3 cockpit was put together, it was intentionally sparse. Many of the instruments and minimal electrical system made it easy. Nothing distracted you from flying. The Cubby allows so much more flexibility. Builders often add radios, as you can see here, I have a radio down below, engine monitors, and comfort upgrades that would never appear on a factory J3 Cub, such as the shoulder harnesses I have here. If your goal is historic authenticity, the J3 Cub wins every time. If your goal is a Cub-like flying aircraft with modern practicality, the Cubby starts to make a lot of sense. Owning a real J3 means that you would have to be a steward of aviation history. You would have to make sure that you had certified parts, certified inspections. The preservation would absolutely matter. When owning a Cubby, that means you build it, you maintain it, and you understand every nut and bolt. One is stewardship, the other one is participation in general aviation. But both keep simple aviation alive. They just take a different path to get there. So the Wag Aero is not trying to replace the Piper J3 Cub. It exists more so that people can experience the spirit of the Cub without the barriers of owning a certified classic. If your heart wants hands-on building and personal freedom, the Cubby deserves that respect. Either way, the sky still feels the same. So, a couple differences here when we talk about electrical systems. That's an O200 power plant. On the J3, that would have been 65 horsepower. The wing is all metal underneath the fabric. 6, I believe, they were wood wings with wood spars. I have electric start and a generator or alternator on this so I can run my electrical system. Safety in mind. Everything else, again, appears to be just like a J3 Cub, all the way down to the iconic Cub yellow. If you enjoyed this hangar level comparison, let me know in the comments. There are a lot more classic airplanes and builder stories worth sharing. Again, I want to thank you for watching and coming along, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.